Living in the Midwestern United States, where everyone comes from a very similar background and heritage, I found that anything that made me different really stood out, good or bad. And any other culture or race stood out even more than I did. Foreign cultures and even ethnic foods in the Midwest are uncommon, so being in London, it was initially overwhelming. London is an incredibly diverse city, with 40% of the population being non-white or non-European. On the public transport, I was constantly surrounded by indistinguishable languages that were very confusing. When searching for places to eat, I literally had the world to choose from. Even the British culture, which was arguably similar to my experiences growing up, had its differences in food and language. I felt lost in a sea of new experiences with only a little bit of advice from Londoners and a lot of random selection on my part to guide me. I've always considered myself very adaptable, mostly because it's pretty easy to fit in a place where everyone is basically the same as you. But in London, I saw that there was no point trying to fit in to a place where seemingly infinite ways of life are crammed into one city. While it may seem depressing not to fit in anywhere, for me the experience was very freeing. My favorite places in London are the East End and Chinatown, where English is often a second language, and there are less people like me around. Eventually, I found that those foreign languages weren't so frustrating to listen to. They faded into the background. New food wasn't as scary. I already knew how to conform and fit in. What I actually learned in London was that differences are celebrated and that sometimes finding your place in the world means not having a place at all, and that's okay.